Hey YouTube, this is MTG News, and I am your host, Aaron. And for once, we're actually going to talk about something important on this show instead of just stupid drama. I know, right? That's a new change. But I've got a tweet here from Representative oh God, I need sleep. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about this post, which is really disturbing. Not in a it's messed up way, but in a oh god, what's going to happen to all these people kind of way. Uh, the post I'm referring to is that video right there, which is a infrared right? It's there. It says thermal imaging from a drone that Fox News flew. That's a bunch of illegals currently working on getting their way into America. That's a lot of people. And as Marjorie brings out here, when Republicans take back power, we have to empower state governors to deport illegal migrants out of the country. And that's actually what I want to focus on. I don't really care so much about at the end, oh, also impeach Joe Biden. No other country on earth allows stuff like this to happen. I would like to point over to Great Britain and England specifically. Any people watching this who happen to be English, you have my condolences. I feel really bad for you. I hope the boat people get taken care of. We have gotten to a point in this country where I think people are finally realizing, oh, maybe we should actually do things how the founding fathers intended. Maybe everything that has ever happened since the federalization of this country, which really started during Reconstruction after the Civil War, was a bad thing. That making it where the federal government has so much power was a bad thing. That the fact that state governors don't have the ability to deport illegal migrants is a bad thing. A state should be able to go, hey, we live on a border. We have a bunch of illegal immigrants. Why do we need the federal government's permission to get rid of these people? Why does the federal government need to be taking care of this? I can take care of this. And chances are I probably know how to do it better because I live next to the country that they're coming from. I mean, seriously, why on earth would you ever hand off that kind of power to the federal government? And the most depressing part about that is that it's not the federal government's responsibility. If you actually sit down and read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and actually read everything that the founding fathers wrote, the federal government has no power in this jurisdiction at all. It's not something that they left to the federal government. Ergo, it immediately goes to the states. But for some stupid reason, our federal government has decided that it is. I'll put it this way. My own political leanings, I'm not really a left or a right kind of guy. All right, I think both political establishment, political politicians, left or right, Republican, Democrat, are both equally stupid and completely useless and incapable of actually doing anything because all they want to do is enrich themselves and their friends. So I'm not someone who's going to sit here and tell you vote Democrat, vote Republican. But what I will do is sit here and actually tell you about my own political views when it comes to how things should be run. And what I mean by that specifically is monarchy. I'm a monarchist at heart. I really am. I believe completely in monarchy. But we do have a very interesting situation in America where we basically actually have a federal monarchy set up where the federal government essentially has not all, but a large majority of monarchical powers. The problem is it has none of the responsibilities of the monarch. If you actually have a proper monarch sat in place, whether it be through constitutional monarchy or through an absolute monarchy where the monarch is the one that makes laws, It is understood by the monarch that he has a certain responsibility to his people, that his requirement is to make sure that the common folk, so working class, very, very, very working class mindset, is taken care of. That those who make the country run are the by far most important people, and that they need to be looked after and kept from being stomped on by what Tim Pool calls the laptop class. I like that. It's a good one. I think it's Tim who says that. It might be one of the guys on the Lotus Eaters. I can't remember. But that's his job. It is his job to make sure that the working class are looked after and that if they have a problem, it is taken care of. The federal government doesn't care. They want to exploit the working class to the most extreme possibility because they want to get taxes out of them. Simple as that. And that's why you have situations like this where, no, we don't want the states to be able to have the power to get rid of migrants because that would empower the working class to actually be able to argue for wages, to be able to have a livable wage. We don't want that because we need them relying on us. Because we need them to be able to come to us and go, hey, I need help, so that we can get their vote. While at the same time making sure that they can never actually do anything to make the problem better. We have a very strange system here as a result of the Civil War. Now, was the Civil War a good idea? Yeah, maybe. It was definitely the right idea to get rid of slavery. Was spilling blood worth it? I don't know. The British were able to get rid of slavery, not just in their own country, but literally in a very large majority of the entire empire with no blood. So, we're dealing with the ramifications of our own actions, unfortunately. And unfortunately for us, all the ramifications that we are dealing with right now have built up literally since the Civil War. So we're dealing with like 150 years worth of tension buildup. So I don't know. But that's all for news. I really wanted to talk about this with immigration going on, as it's literally one of the biggest issues we have going on right now in this country outside of the economy. And it's something directly ties into the economy. But that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.